I paid just 618 Swedish kronor for this cordless oscillating tool from Vevor, but is it actually any good, or is it just another cheap tool? Let's find out. So this is the box the oscillating tool comes in. Not very charming, but this is what we get. Mostly just manufacturer info on the outside, and of course it's made in China. Let's see what's inside. Let's start with the manual. It's pretty basic, but it covers everything you need. Next we have the charger. It's a simple 30-watt fast charger. It outputs 12.6 volts at 2 amps. Nothing special, just a basic fast charger. And then we have this mysterious white box. What can it be? Ah, the battery. On the battery we got some basic information. It's a 12-volt, 2-amp-hour rechargeable battery pack, 24 watt-hours in total. And it's made by a different manufacturer than the tool itself. While the battery is on charge, let's move on to the accessories. First up we have what Vevor calls a half circular saw blade. Great for longer straight cuts and flush cuts in wood. Next is the sanding pad, Velcro on the bottom, plastic on the top. Good for sanding edges and hard to reach areas. We also get a straight saw blade. According to the manual, this one's made from high-speed steel, making it better suited for tougher materials. And we also get a set of sandpaper, 260 grit, 280 grit and 120 grit. We'll see how these perform later in the video. With the accessories out of the way, let's take a look at the tool itself. Okay, first impressions. It's surprisingly slim for an oscillating tool and feels really lightweight. It's a bit front heavy though, so I naturally want to hold it a little closer to the motor. On the side you'll find the speed dial with 6 different settings. It feels a little stiff, but each step has a decent click to it. The manual states a no-load speed of 6,000 to 17,500 RPM, depending on the setting. Just above the speed dial there's a battery level indicator. Unfortunately it only lights up when the tool is switched on. Moving to the front there's a small LED work light. The placement is actually pretty good, but the light itself is nothing special. The beam is quite scattered and it's not particularly bright. Sadly, Vevor doesn't provide any information about the LED in the manual. Looking over the housing, it feels fairly robust, although it still has that budget tool feel to it. There are rubber inlays on the tool for added grip. They're not particularly soft, but they do help. On top, you'll find the on-off switch along with the quick release lever for changing the blade. Both are made of plastic, although the lever feels much more solid than the switch. Changing the blade is completely tool-free. Just lift the lever, position the blade and lock it back into place. Alright, enough talking. Let's see what this tool can actually do. For these tests, I'll mainly be using blades from the 60-piece Vevor blade set featured in a recent short. First up is a metal cutting test using 2 different size of nails. just for fun, let's see how my Fein handles the same material. Fein is considered the benchmark for oscillating tools, so I'm curious to see how much difference there is compared to the Vevor. This time I'll be using the HSS blade included with the Vevor oscillating tool. But will it fit though?
Like a glove?
The Vevor handled the test surprisingly well. It didn't struggle as much as I expected, and there was still some life left in both blades afterwards. The Fein wasn't any faster in this test, but keep in mind we were using different blades. Next up, let's see how it handles cutting wood. For this test I'm using a Japanese style blade from the 60-piece blade set.
Nope.
Handled the cut without any major issues. One thing I noticed was that keeping the tool moving gave a much more even cut. If I held it on one spot, the blade would dig into the wood instead. Once I figured that out, the rest of the cut went smoothly. Time for some sanding. I'll be using the sanding pad with the included 120 grit sandpaper. Let's try it on oak. The sanding test went really well, and I don't have any complaints. One thing I noticed with cheaper sanding discs is that they don't always stay attached very well. This one, however, stayed firmly in place throughout the test. After putting it through these tests, I think it performed better than I expected. It's lightweight, slim and easy to handle. It handled every test I threw at it without any major issues. And overall it feels like a solid little tool. That said, it's definitely not perfect. The grip isn't as comfortable as on my Fein, and I think the rubber inlays are focused in the wrong area. The tool also feels quite plasticky, especially the power switch and the quick release lever. It locks the blade securely enough, but compared to the Fein it doesn't feel nearly as solid. Then again, the Fein costs around 3 times as much, so it's not exactly a fair comparison. The LED light is very basic and only included one battery is a bit disappointing. If Vevor sells spare batteries separately, I'd definitely consider picking one up. Overall, I think this is a great option for do-it-yourself users. I probably wouldn't recommend it for professional, everyday use, but for home projects it does exactly what it's supposed to. I paid 618 Swedish kronor for the tool itself, and together with the 60-piece blade set I paid 926 Swedish kronor in total, with free shipping included. Considering everything I got for the price, I think it offers really good value for the money. I also recommend picking up the blade set if you're planning to use the tool regularly. That's all for this one. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me more than you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.